Hello. Welcome to the Productive Wellbeing Show. Today is episode 13. Wow, I'm so excited to be here with you. As you are joining, please say hi, please say live, please let me know where you're joining me from. If you're watching on the replay, please let me know this is replay. I am your host, Abigail Barnes, and today we are talking all about lockdown productivity beliefs and how you can remain productive during these uncertain, unbelievable, kind of crazy times. So I want this to be interactive because this is just you and me today. So let me know in the comments where you're joining from. I really want us to have a conversation, and let me know any realizations that you're having as we go through these beliefs today, because this session today is leading in to a session that we're doing with my guest tomorrow. So today we're talking all about lockdown and about this idea that yes, we are locked down in our homes, in where we live, and it might not be ideal, but we're not locked up. Now, my guest tomorrow, I don't want to give away too many secrets, but my guest tomorrow is going to talk about the difference between being locked up and being locked down. Let me just kind of leave you with that, because tomorrow's session is going to be a real sort of mindset, motivational. He is a serial entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and has so many tips that he's going to pass on to us. But so today, it's really a focus around the beliefs that we have and how these beliefs are serving us, how these beliefs are limiting us, how they're helping us, and how we can change them. So just to give you a bit of background, right? They say, and some people, they don't believe this, some people dispute it, but let's just go with this. So they say that the average person has between 50,000 and 70,000 thoughts per day. So our brain is always thinking things. It's always, should I do this? Should I do that? What does this mean? What does that mean? What did they mean by this? What did they mean by that? What does this email mean? What does this facial response mean? And the reason that we have a ton of these thoughts is because we're trying to assess, are we safe, or do we need to move on? So it's this fight or flight that we've been talking about in some of the previous episodes, where the experts have come and they've sort of run us through what's going on in our brains right now. And we're going to have more brain talk next week, because I don't know about you, but I love the brain talk. So with these sort of 50 to 70,000 thoughts that we're having on a daily basis, they believe that 80% of these thoughts or more are negative. So in a situation like this, where it's not necessarily ideal, we are looking at the news, we're talking to our friends, we're assessing our situation, we're trying to work, we're trying to be a mother, a father, hustle a family, work from a kitchen table, share a kitchen table, trying to keep different rooms as like separate places to live, to hang out, to eat, to work out. Maybe like me, you're doing Joe Wicks's workouts every day. So 1 minute your area is like a gym, and the next minute your area is an office where you are doing the Productive Wellbeing Show, where you are speaking to your clients. Like, seriously, I just want to reiterate this, and I'm going to do a blog post on this. This is not ideal. This is not a great situation for any of us to be in. However, we are in it, and in life, I truly believe that when you get, knocked down by whatever comes along, and we all do, because this is life, like, things happen. The best thing you can do is pull yourself together and get back up again. Now, I'm not saying that's easy, but if you stay where you are, and many of us do, and many of us have for years, I didn't just turn over a new leaf and suddenly become the person that I am. It's been a journey. Since my wake up call 8 years ago, I've really been on a personal development journey of unlocking who I am, of changing my beliefs, of identifying some of my really seriously crazy limiting beliefs that were keeping me trapped in the life that I had. And in essence, I was keeping me trapped in the life that I had. And this is something our guest tomorrow is going to talk about, the victim mentality of how it's not our fault, it's somebody else's. And maybe it's the government, and maybe it's the economy, and maybe it's the coronavirus, and maybe it's, your husband, your wife, your partner, your child, the Wi-Fi. But the problem with putting the blame or identifying somebody else as being the problem is that you can never take control if someone else is the problem. So the first step in any kind of change in life is always being real with yourself and basically saying, no matter how hard it is, okay, who is the common denominator in all of these conversations? Who is always coming up? Who is, I'm cross with other people, but who is always in this situation? That would be me. And they do say that when you're pointing a finger forward at people and you're like, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, you've got 3 fingers pointing back at you. And that can be quite confronting, but it can also be quite liberating, because then you suddenly realize, I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my reality. I have the power to see these 4 walls that I'm living in right now as a place of safety, not as a prison. We are not imprisoned, but we can spend our entire life imprisoned by our own minds. And they do say that there are some people who, they die, and in the last minutes they realize, gosh, I wish I had. And that certainly was true for me. In the last minutes, if you don't know my wake up story, this might be a little bit dramatic if you're joining me for the first time ever, but my wake up story 8 years ago was a near-death experience on a work business trip. And so what happened for me was I actually thought I was going to die. I actually thought I was going to die in my friend's parents' guest bedroom in February, wearing my second best pajamas, like my guest pajamas. And, this is going to sound a bit weird, but like, if you're going to die in a guest bedroom, you kind of want to die in nice clothes. Anyway, maybe that's just me. But so I'm wearing my my guest pajamas in this bedroom, 8 o'clock in the morning, surrounded by my friend's family. And I thought I was going to die. Like, I quite literally couldn't breathe. And it was only because her mother was, insightful enough to notice sort of 5 minutes before that my symptoms didn't really look like a hangover. They didn't really look like a migraine. She called an ambulance. So I'm in Boston, Massachusetts on a Saturday morning, in my guest pajamas, thinking that I'm going to die. And the thoughts that I had in those moments were, Abigail, what the hell have you been doing with your life? You're 32. What have you been doing? You haven't been living. You've been working. You've been building, a career. You've been going on amazing holidays, accruing amazing handbags, but you haven't been living. And so in those moments, I decided that if I was given a second chance, and believe me, I begged for it, but if I was given a second chance, then I was going to live my second life like there were no limits. So 8 years since that, and it was my 8-year anniversary last month, it has literally been a personal development journey of what do I need to do? What do I need to change? No matter how uncomfortable, no matter how confronting, no matter how bad I felt that I didn't have the answer to this, that I had been living, blaming everybody else, I literally decided that I was going to do whatever it took, work with whoever I needed to work with, go wherever I needed to go in the world to find the best teachers, to learn the best lessons, to take control of my life. And so what that incident and what that process has done is it's helped me to develop a muscle that when I get knocked down, like if a client says no, or someone doesn't pay a bill, or somebody doesn't like me, or somebody, yada, 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 I'll kind of go, oh, well, that wasn't great. How does that make me feel? And then I flick a switch and I say, I control how I feel. I know who I am. They don't follow me around 24/7. They don't know my intentions. They have just seen the situation through their own lens. And also, when they've said no, they haven't said no to me. They've said no to the opportunity. So there's a lot of times where maybe you've gone for a job, maybe you've been made redundant, maybe you've been knocked back by your partner. They are not saying no to you. They are saying no to the opportunity. And this reset is such an amazing way to suddenly turn the lemons into the lemonade, to flick the situation in your favor. So what I want to do is share with you 8 limiting beliefs and then share 8 empowering beliefs. And I have these all prepared as a document for you. I am going to put them into the comments. And then if you want it as like the physical document emailed to you, send me a DM and I will email this to you. Also, as I keep saying, coming up, all of these videos are going to be put onto YouTube and a website for you so that you'll be able to access them audibly and visibly and catch up, because I appreciate that some people are sort of coming to the show now, and we've had some amazing guests. We've also got some amazing guests coming up, but we've had some amazing guests sharing some awesome insights into anxiety, trauma, Pilates we can do at our desk, yoga that we can do, and why that movement is so important. We've had EFT tapping, which was, if you saw me doing all of this, and maybe you don't know what it is, but that is amazing for releasing anxiety, fear, worry, in the moment. We've had stress relief, breathing exercises. We've had a trauma expert. We've had so much. So you are going to be able to access all of that content, because this is episode 13. So we've had like 13 conversations like this, or 12 conversations like this. This is our 13th. So you'll be able to get access to all of that and watch it back. Right, so let me run you through these 8 limiting beliefs. And if you feel like you've got them, let me know in the comments as you're joining. Also, let me know where you're from, because I'm feeling a little bit alone today and I want to hear from you. So limiting belief number 1 is I have so much to do. Number 2, I don't know where to start. Number 3, no one replies to my calls, my emails, or my messages. Number 4, I don't know how to manage it remotely, as in I don't know how to manage my job, my business remotely. Number 5, everybody keeps interrupting me. I just can't focus. Number 6, no one is appreciating what I do. Number 7, my remote setup is such a freaking mess. I've got cables everywhere. There's paper. I just can't think because I'm moving things from the kitchen table to my desk. I'm sharing a space with my husband, my partner, my friend, my children. Everything is everywhere. I saw a great picture of somebody. The kids are in the bath. She sat on the loo with her laptop. Now, all jokes aside, I was on a mastermind training the other day, and my mastermind, the girl who runs it, she had to take her laptop into the bathroom because her and her husband had got caught in a hotel in Mexico, right? So he's in the bedroom doing his business calls. She has to go to the bathroom because it was getting really hot on their terrace, because obviously the sun was coming up. So if you think that your remote setup is a mess, trust me, everybody is putting this together. I've got a new chair today because I just had to find a different chair. The chair I was sitting on for the last few days has given me such bad back and butt problems. First world problem, right? But You got to figure it out. And then the 8th one, I'm so unprofessional. So the usual things that we would be doing would be dressing for the job. We would be going to a certain office. We would be, interacting in a certain way. All of these things, all of these norms, all of these things that we're used to, we're suddenly not doing anymore. And they can really make us feel a little bit unprofessional, which is why if you've joined any of my previous trainings, I have talked about the importance of scheduling. And one of the things that I do, obviously I have to get dressed to do the show for you guys, but I get dressed, I get up, I put on my clothes that I would usually wear for work, even though it seems a little bit weird, because that gets me into the mindset. And then as the day goes on, I get colder, so I put scarves and socks and all sorts on. But, that's got me into the mindset in the morning, and that's got me doing my work. So Carissa is just saying, I have so much to do. Yeah, and this is a big one for all of us, because we do all have a lot to do. So now let me give you the empowering beliefs, the yin for that yang, right? So number 1, I can handle it. And when you get these beliefs, I would suggest that you read through them every day, print them off, put them on your fridge, write them down in your notebook, read them through yourself, and just reinforce to yourself, I can handle it. I know how to prioritize. Now, you're good at your job. You know how to prioritize. The reason you're not so good at prioritizing right now is because all of the priorities have changed. And also because some of us are struggling with what they call brain fog. And brain fog is one of the symptoms of this fight or flight fear that we are going in and out of right now. So don't worry about that. Just remember, you know how to prioritize. Everyone is doing the best they can. So you might think people are ignoring you, but they're doing the best they can. You don't know what their situation is. They could be juggling kids. They might have had nannies. They might have had young kids that were in nurseries. Their partner may now be out of work. Like, everybody is managing a ton of crap that is like maybe not as ideal as it could be, but everyone is doing the best they can. Number 4, I am capable of working things out. This is such a great one to say to yourself. And if you go back to the tapping episode, you can tap this one in. I am capable of working things out. I am capable of working things out. I can set boundaries. Number 5, I can set boundaries that people respect. So this is the opposite of everybody is interrupting me. Boundaries. Have a chat with your family, have a chat with your friends, have a chat with all the people, turn off the WhatsApp groups. Literally, when you are working, boundary. Number 6, I am valued and appreciated. We don't need badges. We don't need awards. We don't need certificates. We don't need recognition from our peers. They're bonuses. We need to believe in ourselves that I am valued and appreciated. And when we do that, then everything else that we get from the outside world is like a cherry on top of the cake, right? It's not the cake, we're the cake. And we do the work on ourselves by changing our beliefs, by believing I am valued and appreciated. Number 7, I always make the best from what I have. So you go around your house, you go around your flat, you go around wherever you are, and you make the best of it. You go on to Amazon, if they're still delivering where you are, and you buy things to like put it together. My light is a lamp. I don't have all the things I need. I've had to buy certain things and sellotape things together and find things. Figure it out. There's a great book by one of my mentors, Everything is Figure Outable, and you seriously can figure this out. And then the 8th thing, I am professional. What follows the word I am is powerful. So when we believe that we are something, we are. So if we believe we're unprofessional, then we are, because the mind, it just does what you tell it. It just believes what you tell it. So I am professional. I don't need to go to an office. I don't need to have the suit, the handbag, the business card, all of the things, the recognition, the this and the that. I am professional. And then you are. And then when you change these beliefs, it's like you're in the driver's seat again. When you live in a world where your beliefs are limiting, imagine you're in a car, and obviously we can't really drive right now. So all of my analogies are really rubbish, but there we go. Work with me on this. You're in a car. When you are running your life with your limiting beliefs, someone else is driving that car. You're sat in the passenger seat and you're saying, I don't really, you're going too fast, you're going too slow. I don't want to go down this road. I don't really fancy it now. Oh my gosh, look out for that. What are you doing? Where are you going? What? When you live your life from empowering beliefs, you're in the driver's seat. You're deciding where you're going. You're deciding what you're doing. You're deciding how you do it. And we can't be in our vehicles really right now. So you're going to have to go with me on this analogy, but you have the power to change your life. You have the power to turn this lockdown into a productive time. You have the power to be the asset to your executive, to your team, to the people that you're working for, to yourself if it's your own business, to your peers, to your colleagues, to your friends, to your family, to your children. You have that ability to be that asset. You equally have that ability to be the drainer, the negative, the it's really rubbish. Did you hear on the news? Which person do you want to be around? Now, I'm not saying you bury your head in the sand. Take all the precautions that you need to take. Do whatever your country is recommending you need to do. But you can control what goes on in here. You can control this conversation. And the minute you do, your life will change. Everything will change, and it will become a daily habit, a daily muscle, like working out, like the gym, like me doing Joe Wicks's workout every day. So today, Joe, his workout was day 9, and I did not want to do this. I can't explain how much I didn't want to do this. I was still in my pajamas. I didn't want to do it. So I started to do it in my pajamas. And as I was doing it, I was getting hot. So in the 2-minute rest break, I changed into my gym kit. Like, go with it. Be kind to yourself. Figure it out. It is not ideal. Let's not, ignore the elephant in the room. But you are a professional. You will find a way to figure everything out. So I really hope that today's session has been beneficial for you. It's been so awesome. Hi, Chelsea Baker. Hi, Everton Wilson. Thanks for joining. It's been so awesome to hang out with you. I have an interview now with Enterprise Nation. I'm talking to their founder, Emma Jones, about how entrepreneurs can remain productive in this time. So if you're an entrepreneur, that is a free lunch and learn they're doing at 12 o'clock. So check that out. And if you're listening to this on the replay, I'm sure you'll be able to catch that on the replay. So I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 11. As I've said, our guest is unbelievably motivational and is going to be talking about the difference between locked up and locked down and how we can unlock our mindset to turn this great big basket of lemons we've been given into a lemonade, lemon cake, lemon drizzle, lemon jelly, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go. So it's been so awesome to hang out with you. If you love this, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.